got all of them. So it's all of them. So there's 12 tones in an octave. So, okay, so let's just go through this. So the first, that's the first change. Now on the D7, so you would play, but you've got this note in the melody. So that's telling you you can use that because you want melody material in your improvisation. Otherwise you could be playing over anything. If you're improvising on this tune, I should be able to walk in the middle of your improvisation and know what tune you're playing, right? Because you're using, the melody is a gift from the composer to the improviser. It gives you something to improvise with. If you're just running scales over chords, I don't know. I mean, there's a place for that. But I think if you're thinking melodically, which is, I think, the best way to think about improvising, especially when you're starting out, you want to use melody material. So, and now it goes minor. So 2, 5, 1 to C, right? So 2 of what?
2 of C, right?
Exactly.
So
and 5 of
of
C.
C.
So you really, the D minor, G7, C is just C major scale, right?
Right.
Okay, so now you've got one scale. Now you've got second scale. Now you go back to the first scale.
But can't you play different scales? You could play different scales.
You
for
can
the-
play all kinds of different things. Like on the G chord. What's that? Right? And what's that is I'm playing like the flat 5. I'm substituting, like I'm putting a D flat sound with the G sound. Right? So you've got that in the melody note, right? It's your melody note. So then, so you have that sound. So, right? And then you go to the bridge. Just F. You can make it Lydian. But what you want to do is you want to take all this and slow it all down so that you can actually hear a melody to play. If you try to just blow through everything quickly at tempo and you're just starting out, you're going to play a lot of junk because you won't have figured out how to make a melody. What are melodies made of? Are they just scales?
Notes and rhythm.
It could be, but
Harmony.
you know, it's going to get pretty boring after a minute if you're just playing scales. So you think about, you know, if you're taking that scale, maybe you play it in thirds. You add a step here, you add a half step here, a little passing tone, and then you start to find things, you know. Or if you take the melody. you re-rhythmize the melody.
Right.
So you change the rhythm of it. Instead of playing. I played it an eighth note ahead, right? I just took that same material, the same stuff that Duke gave us, you know? You may play it, you know, just your right hand without the left hand, because sometimes what your left hand plays dictates the harmony of the right hand.
Right.
So you can actually lock yourself into a very restrictive kind of harmony if you're playing big, thick chords with your left hand. So sometimes I would try all sorts of different things. So I might sit down one day and I'll just go, okay, I'm just going to play off the melody of the tune and do similar to what I just showed you. Okay, then another time I might sit down and say, okay, I'm just going to work on these scales. You know. Now in the bridge, F major 7, so you could carry that up to the ninth. Right? And you learn strong notes on strong beats, weak notes on weak beats. Or you could play like color notes on strong beats. Like if I'm playing, that's a color note. That's the melody note. It's a sharp 11. So that's again the sharp 11 of the G7. So I might emphasize sharp 11s on all these chords. Emphasize the sharp 11. Play some blues in it. See, you get all these different things, but you can have one little idea that you can carry, and you see how far you see how far you can take that little idea. Because if you have an idea, then that's going to give the whole improvisation. It's based on something, so that means it has meaning. If you're just running scales, just trying to, show off for the girls or whatever, maybe you're not going to be really playing anything. You might get some house, play a whole bunch of stuff, but house really doesn't translate to good music always. You know what I mean by house. Yeah. All the applause in the world doesn't make a good solo.